Hello, welcome to practice. I'm Casey and this is May, and today we're going to be doing a 30-minute yin and restorative yin class. Today's is a little different than I've done in the past, which is what I'm going to call Bible yoga, which just means that I'm going to read a little bit of scripture in our postures. If you would like to know more about the scriptures, where I get them from, or which versions I'm reading, that's going to be linked down below. Maybe you don't know Jesus and you're kind of like, I don't know that I want to have to listen to that while I'm doing yoga. That is valid. And I would just suggest maybe give it a try. It's just 30 minutes. It's not like a 60 or 90 minute practice. Maybe just give it a try. And, you might be like, no, that's not for me. I gave it a try and that's not for me. And I would just offer up watching any of my Simply Yin practices, as those are about the same amount of time as my practice today. And I just give cueing in that one very minimally. So it's also a good time for just relaxation. If you would like to bring along props today, I would suggest a bolster or a pillow, as well as a block. If you don't have a block, then just a blanket that you can roll up for a little extra height. If you're ready to begin, please meet me back here, lying on your back, and let's jump right in. We're starting on our backs this month to ground us in this moment for this practice. Especially in December, because we can feel so tossed around, it takes a little extra effort to be present. This class is just for you, a gift to yourself. 30 minutes to feed your soul, to give attention to your body. That way you can step into the rest of your day with more kindness and energy for those you love. If you are a follower of Jesus, then you may find yourself in a state of suspension between being stressed out and desiring to focus your mind on the manger. In the next few practices this month, we're really just using this as a grown-up time out, or a time in with Jesus, whichever way you want to think about it. If thoughts come up during practice pulling you away from the present moment, that is okay and to be expected. But instead of letting them come and steal your time, gently tell the thoughts to wait until you are off the mat. The important thoughts will still be there, waiting for your attention. Go into your body now. Consider where you are holding tension. What feels uneven? What is automatically clenching? Take in a deep inhale all the way so your lungs feel so full. Slowly exhale. Either turn to your side and come up to a seat, or rock back and forth on your spine until you pop up to a seat. Bring your legs around into tabletop. This version of child's pose is called embryo. Bring the knees to touch and sit back onto the heels. Instead of draping your arms long, bring them in to your sides. Other variations of embryo you may wish to try are bringing the hands between the glutes and ankles, or threading the arms between your knees. You may wish to bring a cloth under the forehead as we will be in this posture for a few minutes. As always, if embryo does not feel comfortable in your body, feel free to take a wide knee child's pose instead. When consuming scripture, I believe it's so important to go straight to the source. It is sometimes helpful and insightful to hear someone else's opinion or expertise. However, there is truly no substitute for reading the actual Bible. During these Advent practices, I will be reading passages of Scripture during our postures. You'll hear no opinions or interpretations from me. This is just between you and God. I also believe in the importance of a wide lens. So today I will begin by backing up our key scripture a bit and reading a larger portion so you have some more context. I encourage you to just allow the words to wash over you, settling as they may. Maybe they merit meditation. Maybe you just rest in them. Take a few breaths in silence here before we move on to the next posture. Bring your hands near your head and slowly bring your body to a seat. Bring over your block and bolster if you are using them today. Kick your feet out to the side of you, keeping your right leg bent at about a 90-degree angle in towards your body. Stack your left leg on top, aiming for left knee on top of right foot, left foot on top of right knee. Stay upright if that's what feels best for you, or fold down either onto the floor, your forearms, or for some extra restoration, take your block at Mama or Papa Bear height, about a foot in front of you. Lay the bolster down lengthwise. Fold over, resting on the bolster. Your head can be either down or to the side. But there will be no gloom for her who was in anguish. In the former time he brought into contempt the land of Zebulun and the land of Naphtali. But in the latter time he has made glorious the way of the sea, the land beyond the Jordan, Galilee of the nations. The people who walked in darkness have seen a great light. those who dwelt in a land of deep darkness. On them has light shone. You have multiplied the nation. You have increased its joy. They rejoice before you as with joy at the harvest, as they are glad when they divide the spoil. For the yoke of his burden and the staff for his shoulder, the rod of his oppressor, you have broken as on the day of Midian. For every boot in the tramping warrior in battle tumult, and every garment rolled in blood will be burned as fuel for the fire. For to us a child is born, to us a son is given, and the government shall be upon his shoulder, and his name shall be called Wonderful Counselor, Mighty God, Everlasting Father, Prince of Peace. Of the increase of his government and of peace there will be no end, on the throne of David and over his kingdom, to establish it and to uphold it with justice and with righteousness from this time forth and forevermore. The zeal of the Lord of hosts will do this. So slowly, come on up. Move any props to the side. Keep the right leg exactly as is. Swing the left leg around behind you, forming a 90-ish degree angle. Gently fold over the right leg, again using any props that feel good today. My hips seem to sneakily clench up on me in deer, so keep some awareness there, softening as we hold the posture. For to us a child is born, to us a son is given, and the government shall be upon his shoulder, and his name shall be called Wonderful Counselor, Mighty God, Everlasting Father, Prince of Peace. Slowly bring the torso up. Bring your legs in front of you with bent knees, feet planted wide. Take some windshield wiper movements to counter those deep hip stretches. Bring your bolster and block over. Place the left leg down 90 degrees away from the body. Stack the right leg on top for a shoelace on this side. We're aiming for right foot on top of left knee, right knee on top of left foot. Fold over. Your head can be either down or to the side. Just try to remember to turn it the other way than we did when we did this posture on the other side. Of the increase of his government and of peace there will be no end. On the throne of David and over his kingdom, to establish it and to uphold it with justice and with righteousness from this time forth and forevermore. The zeal of the Lord of hosts will do this. Slowly come on up. Move any props to the side. Keep the left leg where it is. Swing the right leg around behind you, attempting to form a 90-degree angle. Gently fold over the left leg, using any props you desire. But there'll be no darkness for those who were in trouble. Earlier, he did bring the lands of Zebulun and Naphtali into disrepute, but the time is coming when he'll make that whole area glorious. The road along the sea, the country past the Jordan, international Galilee. The people who walked in darkness have seen a great light. for those who lived in a land of deep shadows, light, sunbursts of light. You repopulated the nation. You expanded its glory. Oh, they're so glad in your presence. Festival joy, the joy of a great celebration, sharing rich gifts and warm greetings. The abuse of oppressors and cruelty of tyrants, all their whips and cudgels and curses, is gone, done away with, a deliverance as surprising and sudden as Gideon's old victory over Midian. The boots of all those invading troops, along with their shirts soaked with innocent blood, will be piled in a heap and burned, a fire that will burn for days. For a child has been born for us, the gift of a son for us. He'll take over the running of the world. His names will be Amazing Counselor, Strong God, Eternal Father, Prince of Wholeness. His ruling authority will grow, and there'll be no limits to the wholeness he brings. He'll rule from the historic David throne over that promised kingdom. He'll put that kingdom on a firm footing and keep it going with fair dealing and right living, beginning now and lasting always. The zeal of God of the angel armies will do all this. Slowly bring your torso up. Bring your legs in front of you with bent knees. Plant your feet hips width distance apart or as wide as your mat. Make those gentle wiper movements. Bring your bolster or pillow over. Lay it lengthwise out in front of you. Position your body so you are sitting at the base of the bolster, tucking your right thigh right behind it, stacking your left thigh on top of the right. Drape your body over the bolster, arms cactused out to the sides, head turned to the right for a deeper neck stretch, or to the left for a more restorative position. Our final postures are more restorative in nature than yin. Allow your body to feel heavy on the bolster. Indulge in the feeling of peace for a few more minutes. For a child has been born for us, the gift of a son for us. He'll take over the running of the world. His names will be Amazing Counselor, Strong God, Eternal Father, Prince of Wholeness. planting the palms on the ground. So slowly bring your torso up. Swing the legs under you and to the right, left thigh tucked behind the base of the bolster, right on top of left. Fold onto the bolster. Ensure you are turning your neck the opposite way than you did before. His ruling authority will grow, and there'll be no limits to the wholeness he brings. He'll rule from the historic David throne over that promised kingdom. He'll put that kingdom on a firm footing and keep it going with fair dealing and right living, beginning now and lasting always. The zeal of God of the angel armies will do all this. Bring your palms to the mat. Slowly push yourself up. Move the bolster off your mat and lay all the way back into our final resting posture. Pull your heels down, flexing your feet to take up any more space you possibly can in the legs. Let the feet rest about hips width distance apart, toes splayed out. Bring the hands next to the body and slowly move them out, stopping and resting where it feels right. Tuck the chin slightly to elongate the back of the neck. Relax your jaw, your forehead, and brows. Let your shoulders be heavy. We're here again where we started. Go inside. Is the tension you felt earlier lessened? Does your body feel a bit more balanced? As you rest here, protect this sacred time from creeping thoughts. It's just a few more minutes to yourself. Begin to bring awareness back to your body. to the present, to your environment. I hope that you have tapped into that deep well of quiet and softening inside you. I hope when you choose to get off your mat, you go into the rest of your day with more peace for yourself and grace for others. Bring your hands one on top of the other to your chest. You are loved. You are doing enough. This calm is always here for you when you need it. Take care of yourselves, friends.